23 degrees. That's just regular cold, practically shorts weather. You gotta go out without a jacket, Rex? Steve? How about you, Steve? What are you gonna wear? Fur coat? Step by step, slowly they walked to the frozen tundra.
Wow, the wind is growling. Growling. You go bark at that wind, T-Rex. Steve, you show us who's not afraid of a little frozen tundra. Your fur is already getting blown around. A stiff breeze from the northwest. Really interesting pattern this morning. Once again, well, it's 23 degrees here near Boston at, incidentally, 8:30 a.m. It's much colder again to our southwest. Here's the temperatures this morning around 7 o'clock. Look at that. In Ohio, it was 4 degrees below zero. And on the Maine coast, it was 21 degrees above zero. So it's 25 degrees colder in parts of Ohio than it is in Maine this morning. So I think content weather guy Phil from Plymouth illustrates it well with the graphic he posted saying that the air is coming down through the Great Lakes from Canada and then coming up at New England, even though it shows the air from the northwest. The general flow is from the southwest, many levels of the atmosphere. Coming over for the birds. Good morning, birds. And we're also coming over to the neighbor's house. These people have been working hard on the hill in this weather. It's so cold outside. They're using loppers to clear the hill. There's this major project going on in Weymouth right now. It's going to connect the old beach that's called George Lane Beach down there. We can see some snow on the sand, and the water, because it's so windy, is not freezing. There are the flights coming in from southeast to northwest into that wind, and we've got some slush puppy waves right there. I was up earlier when the moon was still above the horizon and looked over there towards Rock Harbor. I think that's what it's called over there. It's very shallow at low tide, and there was in the lee of the trees there was ice on the water over there, and you can see that ice has since moved over. You can see now that ice has since moved over, and there are the high rises in Boston. So it's just a little too windy to cause the ice to thicken up here. But things are going to get colder before they get warmer, and we're still looking at potential snow on the 20th, although that threat has diminished. But I have to run some errands, so I'm going to be back in just a few moments.
Wow, you look ready to go, Rex. We were just out the door at 8:30. Now it's 11, so let's do it again. Yes. Do it again. What kind of errands? Well, the kind of errand that takes you by that same gas tank that we saw in the sunrise photo. We went by that gas tank again. Yep, we've been to Boston and back. Errands. Everyone's favorite errand. Going to the airport, especially Logan Airport.
Tower request.
You know how the state police are so hospitable there.
This airport.
Actually, it has gotten better at the airport. Anyhow, we're done with that. So let's do the weather forecast. The sun is out, hearing loud noises. Loud noises down here. People are working. We talked about that earlier. Getting closer. It's going to be very interesting as the season goes on. Here's the forecast for Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. It shows cold today, tomorrow, with a good amount of sunshine. And then it shows warmer weather for Saturday. A couple of raindrops or snowflakes. And even Sunday, it says it's going to be warmer, up around 42 or 43. I think I'll take the under on the Sunday temperature, and then there's some rain and snow on Sunday night, Monday the 20th. That's the magic day we've been talking about. And this is the Canadian model. Then it takes us into the deep chill, and it doesn't really show it, but there's quite the storm the Canadians generating for Thursday the 23rd. So we'll be watching that in a second. And outside right now, this is subsidence over Boston and Weymouth, but it's actually snowing a little bit on Cape Cod. I remember we were talking about that some time ago, that there could be a Norland trough. Well, it's not really a Norland trough. Well, maybe it is a little bit. Here's the surface analysis, and you see that little orange line out there, and that's a little convergent zone, and wind from the north meeting wind kind of from the west there over Cape Cod, generating some really light snow. But tomorrow night, that could be even more interesting. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the Canadian showing the 1 a.m. this morning map. So this is going to be the Canadian. We're going to put it out through 240 hours. and it's going to show us a lot of interesting stuff. So 1 a.m. this morning, there's that 510 blue circle over New England. That's sort of a wayward polar vortex, and the little kink in the isobars there near Cape Cod, and also snowing like crazy in northern Vermont. I already mentioned, right, that Jay Peak picked up about 24 inches last 48 hours. And now it's going to put this forward here, and very interesting. So we have high pressure to our south, and it stays really cold. And I'm going to stop it again tomorrow night at 1 a.m. So now this is Friday, 1 a.m. And look at that, some more snow over Cape Cod. There's a little meso low pressure system right over Nantucket Sound. Wind from the northeast in Provincetown, wind from the west over Block Island. So I think we wake up to a coating, and we'll take the over an inch or two of snow on Cape Cod on Friday morning. We talked about surprises, talked about how this snow that's on the ground around here was kind of a surprise. Yeah, taking a little break from that just so we can see Steve and T-Rex looking at this massive piece of equipment down there, moving rocks right down there. Wow, this is getting more interesting by the day. All right, so is the weather forecast, so stick to the weather, Tim. We're going to put this forward now through the weekend. High pressure goes off to our south, and you see the red lines, the warmer air coming at us from the southwest. At the same time, a cold front with a low pressure coming at us from the northwest, and that's going to result in mixed rain and snow showers here Friday night and Saturday. And that's going to bring in the leading edge of colder air. New colder air is coming in on Saturday and Sunday. And then this is where it gets really kind of crazy. Both the GFS and the Euro now, along with this Canadian, do show weather coming at us on Sunday night. It's they're stopping it there at 1 a.m. on Monday morning, the 20th, that time we've been talking about. And it looks like a rain snow line very close to Nantucket Sound. I think we should push that rain snow line a little further south and keep snow in southeastern New England Monday morning, the 20th. We're going to wake up to snow in eastern New England, southern New England, and maybe even further north, depending on which model has its way. The Canadian now is the least bullish on this thing. All right, so we'll keep that going now. On Monday, sorry, there's so much going on around here with the heavy equipment. T-Rex is barking. Monday night, Tuesday, very cold air. I'm going to stop it on Tuesday and show you. I always show you these maps, but I rarely show you the temperature map. But Ryan Maui, he owns weathermodels.com, and he's all over X posting all these things. You can never tell if he's serious or not. He's kind of snarky. But anyhow, this is data from his website. His website, by the way, is more expensive. But thank you for sharing this, Ryan. And it shows the 0-degree isotherm on Tuesday morning, stretching from, it's right where that kind of dark purple meets the whitish, stretching from central Maine right down through almost into Missouri. And then in the heart of that cold, it's all sub-zero. It's about 15 to 20 below in Minnesota. He says 80 million Americans will be sub-zero air on Tuesday, the 21st. And it's along the edge of that harsh winter chill that you're going to get your storms running down the west coast, although no snow or rain for California, unfortunately, just more dry wind. And that air, by the way, is very dry. So you get Santa Ana with that dry air. That's just terrible in Southern California. And then you watch the Gulf of Mexico for storms generating in the Gulf of Mexico and coming along the perimeter into New England. So let's pick this back up now using the Canadian on Wednesday. Pick it up here, see something coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. And what is this? Stop it now on Thursday, the 23rd. That is a 979 low. That is incredibly powerful. If that were to verify, that would be close to blizzard conditions on Cape Cod and the islands. You can't really see the high pressure to the north, but you see all that purple there over the ocean. That is a serious storm, and the Euro actually has that too. So now we're looking at something weaker on the 20th and stronger on the 23rd and 24th, and they'll push that out and keep that moving. Wow, what a storm that could be if it comes true. It's an 8-day forecast, so of course that'll be changing around. But you get the point. This is what we thought was going to happen with the cold, and then it looks like it's going to kind of be quiet there going into the weekend. Get out to 240 hours now, and we stop it there. It is trying to warm up across the lower 48, but it's still very cold in Canada, and we have another low in the Gulf of Mexico. So we are setting the stage here for some historic weather, the kind we had an outbreak in Texas, what was that, 5 or 6 years ago, that crippled their energy infrastructure. This is going to be challenging, and it's starting to look a little bit more like what we were talking about with the possibility of repeating something like 2015 in the Northeast. So we have a lot to watch. All right. Speaking of a lot to watch, this is kind of scary hearing all that crunching going on down there. And yesterday I did go for a walk with T-Rex. I had to dress him up, and his coat, he wasn't too happy about that, but we went out and checked out what was going on around here. Look at the size of that boulder. You can't quite see it, can you? There's a boulder, so they're dismantling the rock wall that's right down there right now, and they're going to rebuild it. Wow. And also, I didn't go skiing this week, and I'm missing out. Weir, Lundstedt, and Ross Budd, they went from Canada to Stowe yesterday, the double play, and they found, what is this? Lower National. Isn't that closed? Ross, Budd, Weir, what are you doing down there? How'd you get there, and why did you not lose your pass? Oh, my. If that was TK, I'd be going to ski reform school. And they all had a good time in a little reunion last night at the Weller household. Carl and Donna and Ross and Weir, all smiles. And I would be too. They're skiing out there today, and they're 5 to 10 inches at Stowe. And then Josh and Beck are up in there 20 to 30 at Jay. And TK is down here freezing his hands and going to the airport and watching all these construction equipment. So, yeah, and more from yesterday. We appreciate your patience, and it's incredibly dynamic, and we're going to try and keep you posted as much as we can. T-Rex, stop pulling on Steve's leash. All right, talk to you tomorrow. Checking on Steve at 9:45. He's been out for an hour. Steve, you cool? Yeah, you're cool. You're cold even. And got a 3-tug project going on here. CB Pacific, is that what that says? Heading into the wind as it gets colder by the minute so far today. Sun's getting higher, but the temperature's getting lower. Risk. Yeah. Not even done editing this morning, and we've got content for the next day already. All right, Steve, maybe you want to come in? You let me know. He usually meows or says something when he wants to come in. Let's see if Steve's ready to come in. Yeah, he is. He doesn't like walking on that crunchy snow. He doesn't mind the soft snow, but he minds the crunchy snow. I got you, Steve. Gotta go undo the secure system. Cat on the line. And he loves a belly rub before he goes in. He loves it. And then he says, let's go in the door. Okay. All right, in the door, Steve. Getting colder. Haven't been up to Great Hill Park in a while. Any fun tracks here? Some wide ones. How do you smell, Rex? Anything good? Haven't seen the deer around, but Jerry said he saw them, so they're here somewhere. Looks like someone did some sledding. How long do you think this fence was intended to last? 18 months. That's how long it lasted. Beautiful Tuesday. What else? Go down the beach and see some construction? Deconstruction? I don't know where the workers are. Got some nice fun prints there. What's that? And finally some deer. Deer walking in that direction. All right, Rex, come here. I don't know if this wall's staying. I doubt it's staying, so I've been walking this wall for 7 years. Stop. There's the deconstruction. Been taken out. Get the walkway. How big that is compared to that. Rex, stop. Make him run over down there. Come here. Come on, get up here. Good boy, you can do it. Good boy. Look at him, he's a good boy. Little mitt.
sighting. Cozy cats update. Nice furry Maine Coon cats. Very windy day. Wow. It's Arctic air coming in up in the sky. Snowing in northern New England and blowing in southern New England. Helicopter into the wind. Fascinating sky waves right now. Those are altocumulus. And they're parallel with the flow aloft. And I just checked out the satellite imagery and it shows sky waves that are perpendicular to the flow. So these weren't showing up then. And I see little Virga over Winthrop. What say you, Dennis? Any snowflakes in the air? Arctic front over New England. Risk. Coldest so far this season, incoming again. And then again next week, and maybe that's the heart of winter after that. Man, I gotta get down to the beach and see what they're hauling out. Next, wanna go for a walk? Wood chipper down the beach. I mentioned to T-Rex he's gonna have to put on a coat, and suddenly he's unavailable. And he just disappeared. What? What, Rex? Come on, put this thing on. Come on, it's freezing out. You'll love it. Yeah, I think it looks kind of silly too. He's like, is anybody looking? I don't want to be seen in this thing. Yeah, Rex, but it's so cold outside. He's a good boy. Nobody's looking, is they? No one's looking, are they? No, no one's looking, Rex. We can go. We'll take a left. We're gonna go down to the beach, okay? This way. Come on. Yeah, he's a good boy. All right, Rex. Nice. We made it. Wow. Santa's still fishing. I think he's frozen in place. Beach under construction. What's that? You want to go down to the water? Really? Okay, go ahead. You're free. I'm free. See? All right, let's get on. He's just rolling around. That was cute, Rex. Do it again. He likes it. Flagpole and flag right there, so looks like we're next in line for some trees coming down and some grinding. There's some history right there. A lot of history becoming uncovered. Something kind of alarming over there. That's smoke right there. Behind the Twin Rivers going on down by the rotary there on the west side of the Four River Bridge. That's what that helicopter was. Alright, so there's no human prints right here. Just animal. You got it, Rex. Come on. That is not a T-Rex print. That's a T-Rex print. That is not. Good boy, Rex. So, whatever animal it is walking the wall by itself. Take a left. He knows the way. Looks like the coyote uses his path too. Need a new flag. And whatever animal that is, he stops right here also and knows this path. We're going up, so we'll be able to see his tracks up there too. So they've been over here and
cutters, that is. How's it going up there, Rex? See any other prints? Most assuredly. It's a little one, maybe. I don't know. Not rabbit, right? Because rabbit don't look like that. But then these fatter ones. So lots of creatures. Almost looks like a deer right there. You think deer are using our stairs? Do deer come up these stairs? That looks like a rabbit right there. Very fun. It does look like a deer, doesn't it? Judge for yourself. Little, bigger. That looked like a rabbit. And then I saw some tracks going right across the compost pile the other day. Compost pile, 40 degrees. TK mess. Nice job, Rex. We did a whole full circle. You get a good treat for that one. Good boy. Whew. Good workout when you live on a hill. All right, should we just call it a day? The time lapse of our sky today. Cold air, advection, Arctic air. The dog on the beach. Dogs want to go out no matter what the temperature is. Some virga. Snowflakes coming out of almost non-existent cloud. And the tide going out on our time lapse today. See the moon set early? Wow, cool. Boy, you want me to take it off now? Good sport. He's like, yes, please take this thing off of me. Okay.